Hi, this is Ken Jeong of the Darkest Timeline podcast. I just want to give a shout out to all the community podcasts keeping the show and the love and spirit of the show alive. Thank you guys for all your love and support. I want to thank 6 Seasons in a Podcast, Community Rewatch Podcast, Fluffy Town, Save Greendale Committee, Greendale 3, Welcome to Greendale, and Advanced Community Studies. I love you, and Chang the world.
I like that he says of the Darkest Timeline podcast. As if A, we don't know who he is. B, he's not a massive movie and television star. 3, he's not a medical doctor. Says of the Darkest.
You might know me from such things as.
Hi, this is Ken Jeong from All About Steve.
So I'm a boy. I like to play video games on easy. I like to put it on. Sometimes I'll even do like tell me a story level difficulty. God bless this console generation for giving me like an even easier easy on almost every game.
Yeah, God bless this generation for making accessibility a priority.
Making accessibility. I don't like if I die more than a couple times to some fight. I'm not, like, challenged. I just get mad. I'm just like, I just want to get to the next part of the game. I don't need to prove myself. My life is hard enough. I don't need to prove myself to fucking Bowser. I don't need Bowser's approval. And there are just people that
the game's a power fantasy, not a punishment fantasy.
Sorry, let me kill the robots. You know, I'm playing Nier Automata right now, and if you push the right buttons, that game will play itself, and that's a beautiful thing. I have auto dodge, I have auto fire on. It's great. I don't have to worry about either of those things now. I just press the sword button. It's great. But if you talk to a fucking Dark Souls fan, they will say like, "Oh, but it's so rewarding. You really got to try it." And I'm like, "I will not enjoy it. That game has nothing that I like about video games in it. There's no story. There's no fun characters. You just fight guys." And honestly, like I was playing Mass Effect 2, my favorite game of all time, finished it like a month ago or whatever. I was like, I shoot too many guys. Can we get like 10% less shooting guys in this game? You know, give me a second to just like walk around the nice environment you've crafted for me. I don't need to be killing guys every 20 seconds. Like truly, it's okay.
Not at all. As soon as the Dark Souls family of games self-labeled themselves as Massacre, I was like, I don't need that. A masochistic hardcore, man, because we like punishment. No.
Oh, I've never heard that, but that's terrible. I want that. I want to unhear that if I can.
Yeah, the Souls games, Bloodborne, Sekiro, basically From Software's games.
The Soulsborne games.
Yeah, they're Massacre. Masochistic hardcore.
I hate that.
Hard it's punishing. And like that's don't get me wrong, there are times where I will get myself into that mood. For instance, when I'm doing the time trial at the beginning of Titanfall 2, and I'm just trying to cut time down, and I do it 67 times over the next hour, trying to get it within 30 seconds instead of the 50 seconds I recorded the time before.
But that's because it's your choice. You're electing to do that.
Yeah, and they're fleeting moments. Once I've done that for long enough and my hand hurts, I go, you know what? I don't care that much, and then I stop. I'm just done. That's it.
I don't care so much about that.
Yeah, I forgot I don't care anymore.
Yeah, and if you like the hard video games, like more power to you. Enjoy that, but just like don't try to make me like it. It's nothing that I like about video games. Also,
don't try to make me feel like less of a gamer because I don't like it.
Oh my god, that's the worst. Get a life. Get a fucking life. Get a second hobby. I beg of you. Learn how to fucking whittle. I swear to God, if you try to get haughty about playing video games. And listen, enjoy. I love playing video games. I was playing some fucking video games last night. They're great. They're fun. But like, you should play them because they're fun for you to play.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't say that your fun is better than anyone else's fun.
Yeah, I played Minecraft Dungeons today for like 4 hours. It's fucking awesome. But when I told somebody last night that I was going to play it, they were like, what do you even see in that game? It looks stupid and kiddie. And you know what I saw in it? Something that was goofy and fun. And guess what? I had fun, and it was goofy, and I enjoyed it. Because that's sometimes what I want.
It's fun to play games for kids because they're like easy, and they're usually cute, and they seem nice.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dungeons though is very difficult. I don't mean to say it's for kids, but you can make it easy. Believe it or not, there's like 6 or 7 different difficulty levels you can play every mission on. So you can make it breezy, easy, breezy, or you can make it really hard, and it's fun. Yeah,
and that's okay. Just like, and enjoy that if you enjoy that. If you like playing Minecraft Dungeons on the hardest difficulty, then like good for you. That's like a sense of personal achievement. But I get no sense of personal fulfillment out of I beat that pile of pixels. I beat that stack of binary code that attacked me. I beat it.
My life's accomplishment is not measured in backlog
in what
games
I've killed
cleared.
in a video game. And enjoy it if you have, if you have these beautiful, incredible video game moments. I'm happy for you. I applaud you. But like that's just not why I play them, and it should be okay for me to live my life this way. You Bloodborne fan, it should be okay.
Oh man, just the arguments in 2019 alone about easy modes being there.
And I saw those
we're not saying
resurface.
Make games easier. We're saying just make a setting.
Yeah.
So that people who want it easier can have. Oh, it sacrifices the design. No, it doesn't.
They put it in the game. The designer put it in the game. I didn't mod an easy mode in. They put it in the game.
I wish people listening to this podcast can see how accusative your finger was just then. It was very good.
They did it. They put it in there. I didn't do that. Yeah, oh my god. I saw those arguments resurface around Sekiro, and I was like, are we still doing this? Is this still happening? Am I in 2007 all over again? I saw, here's one for you. Here's a blast from the fucking past. I made a mistake of watching a YouTube video about video games, and in the comments, people were like, you took this footage from the Xbox version when real Doom players play it on PC. And I'm like, are we still doing the PC Master Race bit?
Oh, yes. The PCMR thing is strong.
Are we still fucking doing that one? Oh, my God. I bet it's the same people. There's not new PC Master Race people. It's the same people for the last 13 years.
Yeah. They've just gotten more bitter.
Yeah, because they've gotten older and their life has been no more fulfilling. So they're like still Jedi. Mad about Xbox.
Yeah, they're like Jedi. They sit in their high council and accomplish nothing by trying to tell people how to live their lives.
They're the people that are straight edge. They're teetotalers, and they want everyone else to be teetotalers. And it's like, no, if you're straight edge, like more power to you. But like, don't put this on me. Don't put this on everybody else.
Don't yuck my yum, homie. I'm trying to have fun.
Yes, exactly. And this is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we look at community a couple episodes at a time. We are the Greendale 3. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I am the hilarious guy on Guy.
Nice. And I am one of your other hosts, Caleb, and I am Natalie Merchant.
And we are discussing this week a couple of fun later Season 1 episodes. Stay tuned after the main episode for my interview with comedian Erin Harland, who is watching Community for the first time. So we're getting those fresh eyes on this old show, which is always fun. But for now, dare we segue into... I guess let's do this week on Community Twitter, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So one question, and this just came up like right before the show. This is from our friends at Already Accepted. If you could make your own Community spin-off with 2 characters. And yes, I am putting you on the spot here. Do you have an idea for a Community spin-off? While you're thinking of yours, I'll do mine, because I already posted it
I've got
on our
mine
account.
too, so go for it.
Okay,
Go for it.
great. So mine would be Professor Sean Garrity and Matt Lundegaard, played by Jason Mantzoukas, founding a small theater in Colorado and putting on their insane shows together. So that would be my pitch for a Community spin-off show.
Okay. Mine would be Paget Brewster's character,
Frankie Dart.
Frankie. Yep, and
Put some
Annie,
respect on her name. Okay.
Frankie and Annie together running Greendale.
It's called Type A's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'd be them running Greendale. It'd be a continuation of the show.
Sure.
Not so much like the study group, but you would have the ability to have, much like the Good Fight has characters from the Good Wife show up, much like Chicago PD has people from Chicago Fire show up. Right. Now NCIS has people from NCIS LA or New Orleans show up.
Frasier and Cheers. Yeah,
exactly.
I follow.
Yeah, so Jeff and Troy and Abed and Britta and anybody from the original show could swing by if they wanted to, but it would be a show about Frankie and Annie helping the dean. They're probably saving the school from the dean. I want to see the dean become the bad guy almost, and they're frequently trying to fix his mistakes.
I think that checks out. Who was this Troy person? Was he the group's pharmacist? Just an incredible Frankie Dart joke from season 6. See, that's so one good. Of the best bits. And then this one is just another weird tidbit. I don't know if you've seen it on our account, but it is a still from an episode of The Simpsons where The Simpsons walk by a TV writing class, and it is being taught by Professor Harmon, who indeed looks somewhat similar to our own Dan Harmon, and he is teaching on Professor Harmon's story circle, and the circle reads Basic Cable, fired, Network TV, fired, rehired, canceled, Yahoo, teaching. And then shortly, about 5 seconds later, that Professor Harmon is pelted with paintballs, and he says, ouch, 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 ouch. Which is, who the fuck is that joke for?
That ouch, ouch, ouch isn't even an Abed joke, too.
Yeah, it's a cool. And then, yeah, he gets pelted with the paintballs. And of course, that story circle walks us through Dan Harmon's. So all the levels of this. We have a Dan Harmon joke, which is a particularly niche bit. That is a selective bit for anyone that is going to understand that. Then you are incorporating Dan Harmon's story circle, which I can't imagine a tremendous number of people are familiar with his own personal brand of TV structure. And subbed in on the story circle is Dan Harmon's career trajectory starting with the Sarah Silverman program. And then it's a paintball joke and an Abed joke. And that is, does someone at The Simpsons have an axe to grind? Or is this just a random joke? I'm remarkably curious about this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it's so specific.
It's so specific. And it's like a lot of inside baseball shit. Like, this is not, I don't even know what a commonplace Community joke would be. I guess doing like an Abed character saying like, I'm on TV, cool, is like the most mainstream Community could get. And I just don't understand this.
Dan Harmon's Instagram. Selman at a comic book party. We might be making you a joke on The Simpsons. How thick is your skin? Do you want to be comfortable or do you want us to go for it? Me, heart racing, but knowing my duty, I'm a comedy writer. Give me the works. Hurt me. Cut to the handsomest I've ever looked in my entire life. I'm going to look at this in my bathroom before sex. This is not a humble brag. This is me saying, holy shit, I was in The Simpsons tonight, and I can't believe how sexy they drew me. Dan.
Oh my god. And he's in a GIF commented here, he is drinking directly from a bottle of vodka, which is classic Dan Harmon bit. Classic. Season
amazing.
19, or season 29, episode 2 of The Simpsons.
October 8th, 2017.
2017?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so we're just like unearthing this ancient history now.
Yeah, when it was perhaps its most painful, right? Because 2017 was right after the Yahoo season ended, wasn't it?
2015 is we're looking at like a May, June 2015.
I thought it was 2016 because there was like a break in between 5 and 6 because the Yahoo thing was a delay.
Well, you know what? I have the fucking Wikipedia list in front of me. Let's just get an answer here. The finale of Community aired June 2nd, 2015 on Yahoo Screen.
So it wasn't that fresh.
Yeah,
but still.
it finished while I was in college, and this is like, well, I guess this episode technically aired a month after my graduation, but I remember watching season 6 in my final year of college.
This was 2017.
2017.
This joke is so specific.
Have you ever seen a more niche joke in your entire existence?
No. And like, if I had caught this on live TV when it happened, I may have just fucking ethered myself. I may have like,
melted.
Poof, gone. Done.
It's like I had a watch party in my college apartment for when Arrested Development season 4 premiered, and Dan Harmon is in the second episode. And I had to explain to a room full of people why I was, like, losing my mind at this random bit character. And I was like, you don't understand! It's Dan Harmon!
It's fucking Dan Harmon!
You don't understand!
What's even better about this is that, like, Selman asked him about it before doing it. And Dan Harmon was like, yeah, go in. Fucking be as mean as you want. Because this is really fucking mean, too. This is real because like he had a drinking problem and he got fired from one job and moved to another one and then got fired from Community and then got rehired and then the show got then Eight's just teaching and he's drinking while he's doing it.
Something I feel is missing from this little bit, and it doesn't work for the bit, is that he runs a very successful animated program that generates a ton of merchandise money. I feel like they left that bit out. And I'm not here to like defend Dan Harmon, who we have yet to unpack on this show, but is his own complicated beast. But I feel like they left out the fact that he currently runs a very successful animated program.
Yeah, no, he's not hurting.
Yeah,
fucking what was it? Cartoon Network just bought 100 episodes of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I mean, Adult Swim will continue to buy Rick and Morty for as long as Justin Roiland lives, for as long as they don't have to replace him as 90% of the voices on that show.
Yeah,
they will
for as long as that show
buy.
Remains just
incredibly popular and profitable,
well done. Yeah,
unbelievably popular and
it's amazing
and
to me that Dan
beloved.
has such a and I don't want to say niche because I almost said Nietzsche. Whatever.
He has a very Nietzsche. I mean, I assume
Nietzsche.
Dan Harmon believes God is dead.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't imagine that he would have any other beliefs. But no, it's not that he's niche because he's not. He isn't. As we're discovering, right, with all the people that are picking up Community and going, "Oh shit, this is really good." Mm-hmm. It's just that he's so overlooked. It seems like he should be a household name, but because of some of the stuff that he's struggled with, some of the issues that he's gone through, that's not happened. And so, like, the longer people like Rick and Morty, the more I hope they realize that, like, yo, the dude behind this isn't a one-hit wonder. Like, he's made a lot of really good, really well put together stuff.
Yeah.
He just has demons.
He's
had demons.
Probably still has, but maybe he's just gotten rid of some.
Yeah.
And not to speak about him when he is not here to defend himself. It's a topic I've skirted over on this show for some time, and I do not think this is the proper time to dive into it.
No,
but
absolutely not.
There are things that one day might need to be discussed about Dan Harmon. But at this point, to this day, that is not what we are here to discuss.
Exactly.
Let us begin tonight's episode with Season 1, Episode 19, Beginner Pottery, directed by Anthony Russo, written by Hillary Winston, classic Community writer. In this episode, Jeff, Abed, and Annie take a pottery class as a blow-off, and Jeff becomes very jealous of a very handsome doctor who is very good at pottery. And in the B story, everyone else takes a sailing class in a parking lot. I love this episode. Beginner Pottery is one of my absolute faves from Season 1.
It's very good.
A tremendously funny episode. I am particularly fond of the B plot with the boat in the parking lot. I just think that is funny.
Good.
You've got Britta, Troy, Shirley, and Pierce on a boat, and Starburns, I guess. There are these great boats. The great jokes, the fucking boat sailing past the classroom. Pierce is going to be the only person to drown in a parking lot twice. I mean, on that mermaid car.
Mermaid car.
Oh, I just think that stuff is...
When I look at you,
tremendous.
I no longer see students. I see semen. From the moment you came aboard, I saw semen inside you. More importantly, you stopped laughing at the word semen, which is the mark of a true semen.
Yeah, Lee Majors coming in, absolutely destroying that line.
Crushing it. And you also, there are two great teacher cameos in this episode, because you have Tony Hale, the great Tony Hale, in as Professor Holly in the Pottery Studio. He's so good, too.
He's so funny. He doesn't get a tremendous amount to do, but every time they ask him to yell about the fucking movie Ghost, it just kills me. I think it's so funny. I will come at
blueberries.
Hello, my blueberry. What is going on here, my blueberries? Incredible line. The class so easy, people walking by get a contact
People walking by get a contact credit.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Is this...
It's very good.
Absolutely. So this is one of the first times we have, I guess, physical education was this as well, but this is Jeff flying into a complete jealous rage over somebody, usually a man, being better than him at something. He cannot take it. He cannot stand it.
But he grows more in this one than he does in previous, right? Like, he actually comes around on it, and not only does he come around on it, he reimagines his own childhood so that he can cope with it more easily, which is
he
very
can get
funny
better
too.
lessons from his mom, that it's like, it's okay, you're not going to be the best at everything, and that's all right. Like, you'll probably be okay at a few things, not very good at some others, and I think we can all learn a lot from Jeff's imaginary mom.
Yeah, Jeff's imaginary mom is the mom one adult would imagine for themselves.
Yes, I would love to get those words of encouragement that it's like, no, it's okay to not be very good at this.
Yeah.
People just aren't good at some things.
Jeff would be a great dad because he would do that. He would do all the things that... Jeff wouldn't be a great dad. I need to rescind that statement.
Yes, Jeff would occasionally give some bits of wisdom. Jeff would be a whiskey armchair dad, and he would be largely silent most of the time, but every so often he'd give you this little nug of wisdom. He would give you a winger, like his kid would come home and be like, Dad, the kids on the playground, they're being mean to me. They don't treat me nice. He's like, stop talking to them. Walk away from them. I don't understand what the problem is. Yeah. And even though he's being dismissive of his kid, that's probably good advice. Just like, don't talk to those kids anymore.
Leave them alone. Yeah,
just don't talk to them
let
anymore.
them be.
That is Jeff Dad in my head.
Yes. See, now I brought this up a little bit in the pre-show, so I'm going to bring it up again here because I do have to talk about this. So there is a pattern to Community, right? That it doesn't follow every episode, but that it does follow in some small degree. And that's that when it happens, there's a big conflict, and then it's all brought to a head, and then Jeff is the one that helps everyone dismount by making a point no one thought of before. That doesn't happen all the time. But it does happen.
But that is as classic Community like moment. I mean, they lampoon it late in season 2 as like, oh, this is the thing we do all the time.
Yeah, they do go after it a couple of times, but that's the thing that they do, and it reminds me of shows like West Wing or Newsroom, because
shows you like.
Yes, I do like both of those. Because I think, and don't get me wrong, Newsroom has some issues, but
we all like one piece of trash, and we're like, for some reason, this trash just really resonates with me. And I know it's not great, but just like, I really like this trash.
I like Newsroom the same way I get cravings for a Sprite and chicken McNuggets at 3 a.m.
Because
my
it's
body's
your
gonna
trash.
hate it later, but I need it right now.
I understand. I get it.
Aaron Sorkin has this propensity to build an episode towards one of his undeniably more intelligent than most people characters. It allows them to help dismount with like a point. It's even more so prevalent in West Wing, where the president, played by Martin Sheen, not Charlie Sheen.
No, sir. Oh, could you imagine how crazy that would be?
He always has something to say that like can silence a room, can make the point, can drive something home. And like it's a climactic moment of almost every episode that it happens in, despite the fact that it may happen in the middle, it may happen in the end. The end of Beginner Pottery, this episode comes together very much like that for me, with so many things going on. Right, you've got the people on the boat, and you've got Jeff having his whole deal. All that stuff's kind of swirling around, and then rather than giving it to Jeff because he's having a fucking episode, pun intended.
Womp.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I tried to stop myself, and I still couldn't. They give it to Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce gets the little
shit you
speech
not.
about like, I've never been good at anything.
I shit you not. Pierce's speech in this episode makes me emotional almost every single time I see it, because like it's so good
And it's
so
resonant.
grounded.
It's well delivered. Chevy does a good job with his speech of like, oh, I've never been very good at anything, but I've always tried, and I do my best.
So good. When I was born, he says, Jeffrey, when I was born, I got my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, both arms, and one of my ankles. Mom said there came a point when the doctor stopped delivering me and just started laughing. I mean, if I ever let being bad at something stop me, I wouldn't be here. That thing some men call failure, I call living. Breakfast. And I'm not leaving until I've cleaned out the buffet. It's so good.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's kind of great.
In a season 1 Pierce kind of way. It's this nice little nugget. I love, what's his name? Greg Cromer, who plays Rich. I'm kind of segueing away from that,
Sure,
but
sure.
I've always really liked that. Yes, Greg Cromer, who plays Rich. He's only in a few episodes. Oh, he's a St. Louis, Missouri boy.
Oh.
He's one of ours.
I gotta go find him.
Yeah. I don't think he still lives there. I think
That's what he would want you to think.
I think
I'll
he
find
is,
him.
but this guy has also showed up in so many of my favorite shows. He's one of those guys, and he'll pop in on Happy Endings, Justified, Mad Men, Community. Like he's all over the place, and he's a handsome guy who can deliver a joke, which is invaluable in Hollywood.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
best thing you could possibly be, is a handsome guy that can deliver a joke. And I like Rich. He only, like 3 times he shows up on this show, to my recollection?
Something like that. He's in this episode, he's in the Halloween episode, he's in an anthropology episode.
He's in Asian population studies. He's in the epidemiology. And I was just fucking on this dude's IMDb. Like, literally, I was just on this dude's
I'm
IMDb.
on it now. I'm trying
Okay.
to find his. I clicked on the wrong thing. Asian population studies. Please go back to where it was. Beginner pottery and epidemiology.
One of my fave, barely reoccurring characters. But I love him so.
So the end of this episode also has the. If
It
you
was
were-
supposed to be you, Richard. It was supposed to be you. I remember watching that with my girlfriend's family in 2010, and them going, that was weird. Like, they didn't think it was funny. They were just like, oh, that was weird.
Why did this get so dark? Yeah, no, that was what I was gonna say. Is he has this like, I'm nice and everyone loves me, but I'm gonna kill you kind of
Yes,
energy.
he might be a
to
serial
me?
killer. He's either the nicest man who's ever existed, or there are a bunch of bodies in his basement. There are no other options.
Right, exactly. There's no in-betweens. And so, like, the end of this episode puts that completely... It just puts it on display.
Yeah,
As he, like, evilly peers around the side of his pot while his mom just
It's the
fucking
old-
goes in.
forehead down, the Norman Bates, like, underlit forehead down. I like that we don't technically get a resolution to whether or not he's ever taken a pottery class before. Like, the episode, much like Jeff, decides that it really doesn't matter that whether or not he's ever done it before. And so what if he has, like, whatever.
Oh, he definitely has. He definitely has.
He definitely has. That's your working theory, is that he definitely has.
He tells him to repeat the thing in front of the teacher, and he goes, no.
Oh, I see. The off-the-hip method, because Jeff read the entire encyclopedia of pottery.
Oh, Jeff, you're Goldbluming.
I
don't even know what that means. It took me, like, my third or fourth time viewing that episode, and it was only because I'd recently watched something with Goldblum in it, where I was like, oh, fuck. He's acting like Jeff Goldblum, like. Right
you never got that before?
No, I didn't catch that the first couple times.
That's your Bert Nerdy end tag. It's just this thing that doesn't click over for you. I love that joke. I love jokes like that, where Jeff will act like Jeff Goldblum for one line, and then it's back to business as usual. I think that's great. If we're talking about GIF origins, and we always are, the immortal GIF of Alison Brie making a big clay penis is certainly one that I've seen fucking spread around.
And the outtake of that is really funny too, because she grunts, and Danny Pudi fucking loses his mind.
She's like,
she's molding it, and she goes, and Danny Pudi just fucking falls out. It's so funny.
Oh man. An excellent time. And I also really like the Shirley plotline, technically, with the boat. Where she decides that it's okay to be nice. Like, it's all right if you're, again, not a dominating figure. It's okay to just be nice and be a regular person.
Sure, and that's the other part of the, like, Sorkin feeling to me, is that, like, Pierce gives this really rousing speech, and then Shirley brings the crowd, like, gently back down with, like, I'm going to be this despite the things against me. I don't know. It's a really melodramatic end of an episode, but I fucking love it.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen.
It's very interesting to me. This is a tiny nitpick, but they could, for some reason, license Patrick Swayze and put an X through his picture, but they couldn't license Leo from Titanic. So it's just a crossed out picture of a random guy on a boat that Professor Slaughter holds up. That's just like a tiny little nitpick of mine. And I get that, like, you don't want Leonardo DiCaprio to sue you.
Sure.
It's just, it's a little thing when it comes to rights clearance.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it was a friend of a friend that, like, got them the rights for Swayze.
The right to Swayze's corpse. I made it before he died. It's not bad taste. I love it. A little, kind of a clunky episode of Community, but there's so many good jokes. There's so many good little character moments and character introductions. Shall we segue on then to our next episode, season 1, episode 20. Can you believe it? 20 full episodes. The Science of Illusion. Directed by Adam Davidson, written by Zach Pates. In this episode, it is April Fool's Day on Greendale's campus. Britta attempts to prove she is not a buzzkill by trying to put a hat on a frog and sneak it on Senior Chang's desk, and somehow that ends up with her dropping a cadaver out of a window.
Out of a window.
Where she falls afoul of special guest security guards Alison Brie, or Annie and Shirley, who are temporary security guards in times of heightened shenanigans. They give Pierce a wizard robe and try to convince him that his cult has given him magic powers.
It's a cookie wand.
I'm glad they addressed that at the end of the episode, because the first time I watched this, I'm like, what? I don't understand this at all. Why is he a wizard with a cookie?
It's such a good call out, because, like, I knew about the wizard Cookie Crisp guy because I remember an ad campaign specifically where the burglar and the wizard were in the commercials together. But for me,
Whoa.
it was also always the burglar, and so
It
like,
was a handoff. It was like
Yeah.
we're gonna hand over the Indiana Jones franchise to Mutt Williams. We're gonna bring in Jeremy Renner in Mission Impossible 4, and we're gonna pretend like we're gonna give the franchise to him, but then Tom's just gonna keep it.
I remember. And maybe I don't remember it. Maybe I'm completely crazy, but like, a part of me remembers that. So
I never knew the wizard. So I spend this whole episode going, what is this Cookie Crisp wizard bit? And then at the end, Troy says that it was a burglar when he was a kid, but it wasn't even a burglar when I was a kid. It was a dog. It was like a nefarious dog who became a nefarious wolf. Cookie Crisp could not pin that shit down. You know? Trix Rabbit,
and
classic.
They should have just done a cuckoo bird. Because their phrase was, I'm cuckoo for Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. But it did not. A wolf would say it. I'm Cookie Crisp. But whatever, it's fine. It's okay for this bit written by 40-year-olds when I was a teenager doesn't quite land with me. It's okay.
Are you sure? You do seem broken up about it, friend.
I'm really distraught. Everything should be written for me. And anything that isn't specifically for me is bad and wrong, and they should put it back. Star Wars, a franchise about wizards in space, should always be for me a constantly aging man. Everything should be for me. Sorry, dude.
No, it's perfect. Just that sadness went so many places that I've somehow discussed this week with people.
That it's like
I get it.
Listen, I'm not saying that we all have to start being boring and watching shows about cars and this old house. But I am saying there used to be this thing where as you naturally progressed in life, you stopped liking the things you liked as a kid. And you didn't expect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to advance as you did. You, an adult, would leave the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the past. As soon as they no longer appealed to you, you would put them down. But too many people now expect pop culture to keep up with them. Maybe the Star Wars movies aren't for you anymore. You're 40. It's okay.
Maybe.
It's okay for it to not be for you anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Move on with your life.
You can fucking chill and be fine.
Maybe you can
go
chill.
over there.
It's a natural part of getting older and relating to pop culture. The stuff you liked as a kid might just stay. It's okay if you don't like Rugrats. They don't need to make a mature Rugrats for you now, where the Rugrats are horny adults. It's okay. You can just leave the Rugrats as they were, a dumb little show for babies.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is, like, I think in a lot of ways, the people that get the most upset about stuff are people that have a love for a thing that doesn't have much content. Right? Like, Star Trek fans, when Star Trek got rebooted by J.J. Abrams, they were like, oh boy, we'll see how it goes. But there was none of the outrage. They've got 50 fucking years of Star Trek.
Exactly. There are multiple seasons of
Nemesis
all these shows.
And Deep Space Nine are my shit, so it's fine. Doctor Who, same thing. And I think that the fact that Star Wars, while being 40 years old, only has 9 core films, which, like, people try to argue that's a lot of movies. Not when you have 50 years of television.
Sure, because there are more Star Trek movies than that, in addition to Star Trek also having
20 to 30 seasons of television.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are, there were always like books and there were always, whatever, but it's not quite the same as having more of the film that you like.
Right.
But it's also okay for you to not like the space movie anymore. That's okay.
Yeah. You can go back and watch the ones that already exist. They don't have to keep making perfect movies for you.
Right. And I'm not telling you to suddenly put away childish things and only watch like cold British dramas about rich people in manors. I'm not asking you to do that.
Downton Abbey for you, and that's all. That's all you get.
No, less fun than Downton Abbey. I'm talking about, like, we turn that down, like real old people shit. Like Masterpiece Theater. Yeah. Just dial the fun all the way down. I'm not asking you.
I fucking loved Masterpiece Theater.
I'm not asking, Star Wars fans to suddenly enjoy live readings of poetry. I'm not asking you to make that kind of jump, but sometimes it's okay for the pop culture you liked as a kid, and that superheroes are in that as well. I like reading my superhero comics, but they're starting to get less fun for me, and I'm really just getting down to like a core group that I'm keeping up with. And if at some point they stop being for me, that's okay. I had a good... I'm almost 30. I had a good run.
Yeah. We're not telling you have to like the British theater company's on-screen interpretation of Poirot. You just have to get over the fact that not everything from your childhood is going to stay as fond a memory.
Right. Transformers was never good. You were just a kid, and you're lying to yourself. And if you like it, that's great. But just like, they're not ruining Citizen fucking Kane.
Yeah. If they make
by making some of the Transformers gay now. It's okay.
Orson Welles would never have stood for this.
Orson Welles, who was in the Transformers movie, in his final role as something. I don't know enough about Transformers. He's in it though.
I think he was Unicron. I think he was the like planet-sized Transformer, which is just unicorn rearranged.
Yeah, Transformers, great show. Great. Oh, just scintillating real stories.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's I think we'll talk about this episode 100 years from now, but I think the community episode G.I. Jeff gets at this idea pretty well.
Yeah, 100%. I forgot about G.I. Jeff.
I just rewatched it for the first time since it aired. I liked it a lot more this time than I did the first time. And maybe it's because I've had 6 years of Star Wars and comic book fans yelling in my face, people telling me that the Ninja Turtles aren't what they used to be, that He-Man used to mean something, and they've ruined it. Now that I've had all that, I appreciate G.I. Jeff a little bit more now.
I'm trying to quantify the statement, He-Man used to mean something.
He-Man, this thing that only existed to sell me toys, used to be about something. It used to have real stories about a man and a big lion. And he fought a skeleton. These were deep stories for men. Grown men.
Grown boys.
Absolutely. So
they're redoing He-Man, I think, too, by the way.
I think so. That's fine. They can do whatever they want. I don't care.
It's gonna have Mark Hamill in it, so it'll be dope.
Mark Hamill's gonna be in it. Griffin Newman, my friend, is gonna be in it, and good for them.
Kevin Conroy.
I'm probably not gonna watch it. I'm almost 30, but I hope people enjoy it. I hope it is the show that people that watch it want it to be. Anyway, this is a good episode for Britta. This is, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Community. This is the episode, I think, where we've maybe finally figured out Britta. Because Gillian has been good in the 19 preceding episodes to this. But this is maybe where we take the righteous protester of the first few episodes of Britta and mix it with our sort of natural slide into Gilly just being silly and funny. And we've
silly
reached this...
Gilly, I like
silly
it.
Gilly. We've reached this nice point where we can combine these two ideas as we slowly unwrap this incredible onion that is Britta Perry and all of these like strange lovable layers that lie underneath. We've reached this point where she still has all of her passions, she still has her convictions, but she doesn't want to be a fucking bummer all the time. She doesn't want to be like preachy. She wants to have friends. She likes being liked by other people. And I really like this plotline for her.
Yeah, I think it's the realization that she's the friend that's trying too hard to be woke. We talked about this, I think, last episode, where we may have even been describing this episode, but she's that person that, like, when you're trying to figure out who stole your fucking ballpoint pen, goes into fucking 1984, and this is the Brave New World, and like just like, dude, not everything is the end of the world. And
not everything is infringement on your human rights. Like, it's the difference between actually being woke and respectful and courteous of women or people that are different than you, have different faiths, have different skin tones. It's the difference between that and the people that walk around with a big flag that says, "I'm tolerant," and they wave it around walking up and down the street. You must know at all times that I'm one of the guys that respects women, instead of just those guys respecting women.
Yeah. Britta used to be the person who would walk up to somebody at a county market and scold them for picking up red meat from the shelf. She still thinks that way, but she doesn't want to be as aggressive or as confrontational. So she's trying to save face with her friends and say, "I'm not a buzzkill," and she's not good at proving she's not a buzzkill yet. Because instead she just kills the whole school's buzz.
Yes, I've killed an entire school's buzz. She is making the transition from, and this might be too visual a metaphor for a podcast, but follow me here. It's the difference between how many vegans I've actually heard criticize people's diets and talk about being vegan, which is a very small number, versus the number of people I've heard complain about how vegans are always complaining, which is a giant number, a huge number. Yeah. The number of actual vegans that I've talked to that judge me or complain about being vegan is a microscopic, tiny number compared to the number of people who complain about people complaining. Yeah. This fictional vegan they've made up that is constantly complaining about being vegan.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's almost as if they're making it up just because they don't like their lifestyle.
What's all this straw inside of this man? What is this? I'm opening up this man they've created, and there's a bunch of straw in here.
Dude, it's a shame we don't have any other real world situations where we could draw similar comparisons to people fabricating a whole belief system based on a series of people they don't quite understand. It's a shame. Truly.
It's a damn shame. If only there were real world parallels that we could draw. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie. What are you gonna do?
C'est la viz.
I also again trying to segue back to the episode. I think it's my fault that we've left it 2 times. But I love the Annie and Shirley plotline in this episode. It's very funny. You get Annie spraying herself in the face with pepper spray and calling it self-inflicted friendly fire. Excellent joke. You get Abed as the constant voyeur who's watching this like a buddy cop movie, and then he takes over and becomes the African-American police commissioner character that Abed was playing.
Aggravating my sciatica.
I'm sick and tired. Yeah, it's what they needed. Tell them they have 24 hours to solve the case. They do. You have 24 hours to solve the.
So you just got off the phone with the mayor. Episode. I just got off the phone with the mayor. Stop doing that. The mayor.
Yeah, it is not the most like incredible, impactful Community episode you've ever seen, but a lot of funny shit in here. Pierce reading Jeff's mind is one of my favorite Pierce moments of the entire season. Men's room stall.
Men's room stall.
Nightclub. 2 penises.
2 penises. Oh, so gay.
Gay. So gay. That is incredibly funny. The episode, one of many times
like,
Community end.
He's like, the bar? Pierce is like, see?
One of many times a Community episode ends with everyone like embracing in a group hug, and this time everyone is crying. I really like it. It's a thread we'll go back to a lot, but it's a really strong one. It's not a media, it's a cookie wand.
It's a cookie wand.
Oh, Donald, you're a fucking
understand
funny
it
guy.
Because the cookie
wasn't a wizard when I was a kid.
It was a burglar. It's so good.
I know we'll start doing it basically every episode, but Donald Glover crying is never not funny to me. It's always funny. It's like
never not funny.
It's like how when John DiMaggio plays Bender on Futurama, you're like, fucking everything this dude says is funny. It's the voice and the character and the lines that they give him, and you're like, this guy's always funny. He's cracked
synergy.
Something here.
It's synergy, yeah. It's when you find the perfectly synergistic role for your actor who is just so comfortable that everything they do is funny. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I have now opened up the Word doc for the Great Community Rankings sheet, and there are some big ones on this one. This might get tumultuous. But let's start with the end tags. Right now, Spanish Rap number 1 at the bottom, the Traitor audition from the Jack Black episode. So first, we have Senor Chang getting robbed at the Y. It is literally Ken Jeong walking out of a shower and then walking back to collect his keys.
Yes. It's very good. Which is funny because earlier in that episode, he walks into the Spanish class with just sweatpants on. And he's like, yes, I was robbed at the YMCA again.
Okay.
Yes.
How do we feel about this tag vis-a-vis our other tags?
What's the middle point that we're using for our ranking on this? Is it funnier than Troy screaming slut? Is that what it is?
Slut is a good one. And I would say, no, this is not funnier than Troy screaming slut.
No, it's not
because that tag is also pretty lax, but it does have a moment where Donald Glover screams the word slut. So is it funnier than that? No.
No.
It's below Koppelgangers for me. Pencil Mouth is where we can start having a conversation.
Sure.
Pencil
Mouth has a little more like... It's got a little more complexity to it, right? It's got a little more body.
It's got some physicality to it that this tag is lacking.
Yeah. It's got a big old drool spot.
Yeah, which is nice. So it's not up there. All right. Crumping. I like this one more than Crumping.
Yes, but I don't like it more than Sleepy Troy.
All right.
So I think it goes in 15.
Our new number 15, Naked Chang. Chang MCA. There we go.
Changing room.
Changing. Sure.
No, doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's just gonna look like Changing room.
Yeah, it just looks like changing room. It doesn't. The pun is not visual.
It'll be YMC Chang though, right?
Backspace. Chang.
I'm just doing it.
Chang A. Because it's the C.
YMC Chang.
Okay. It's we're on this for so long.
Yes.
All right.
There's a hype
now
between C's.
Here's the big one. The first occurrence in the morning. There is not a reference that this show will call back to more. In its end tags, they figured out something beautiful with the lyricism of Troy and Abed in the morning. They cracked something here, Caleb. They cracked something here.
I desperately want a Troy and Abed in the morning mug. I want a Troy and Abed in the morning t-shirt. I don't have one yet.
I have a Troy and Abed in the morning mug. It was a Christmas gift freshman year of college when I was showing everyone Community. My friend and I mutually and without knowing it got each other for Christmas Troy and Abed in the morning mugs, and it was a beautiful exchange. I will never forget it.
Did you open them at the same time?
Yeah, we basically exchanged them right before we left for break, and we both opened it up. It's like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh my god! Wait, I meant to give this to you. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
That's incredible.
It's pretty sweet. Okay, so I gotta ask you.
Sweet. Yeah.
Is Troy and Abed in the morning our new number 1? Is it better than the Spanish Rap? This is harder than any episode ranking we will do today.
It is.
Because right now, in this season 1 watch, I am almost kind of tired of the Spanish Rap because we've referenced it 3 or 4 times in a dozen episodes, right?
Sure.
So at this point in the show, Troy and Abed in the morning is much fresher. It is completely new, great idea. It's the first great end tag we've had in a little while.
Yeah, see, it's so iconic, the Spanish rap. But Troy and Abed in the Morning is what they're going to go back to more.
Again
And so, like,
and
when
again
you
and again.
when you think in terms of season 1, I think the Spanish rap stays at the top. But when you think of end tags for the entire show, I think that Troy and Abed in the Morning ends up at near the top. So, how would
Let's
you
rank
weigh
it
that?
where we are at now. This is a ranking sheet of what we have viewed so far, and I think it must be evaluated as such.
Well, I mean, you can feel free to push back, but like we don't realize how good Troy and Abed in the Morning is until we see it a couple more times, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You see this and you're like, what is this magic? And then it just keeps getting better. So while I think this is a huge moment, I don't...
It's not as good as the Spanish rap.
That's my thought. I mean, I'm not always right.
This tag will also have multiple chances at redemption because we will come back to this note several times.
Yes, this is true. It's true.
Okay, I think it can't dethrone the Spanish rap, and honestly, what can? But Troy and Abed in the Morning, number 1, is our new number 2, if that checks out with anybody.
Yeah.
So we move up to the Great Community episode rankings. Currently number 1, Through a Tough Fight, Physical Education. Currently number 18, Basic Genealogy. Last week we got a new number 1 and a new bottom.
We did.
What a week. So
how the hell?
Beginner Pottery. We're definitely looking at the top 10 for me on Beginner Pottery pretty easily.
Yes.
We're up above Pilot for me.
Is it? Oh, we're above Pilot. Is it better than? Is it better than Vaughn songs?
It is, because Vaughn's 2 songs are great, but Beginner Pottery is a much more consistent episode. Vaughn songs is Home Economics down here at number 12. I've put it in parentheses for you. I don't know if you can see those.
Oh yeah, then no, I can. I was looking at the episode titles, not
I understand.
The
but Vaughn's 2 songs we come back to so frequently that I just gave it its own space on the sheet.
Yes. Yes, I do believe this is higher than that, and I believe it's better than the Pilot. Now
I believe so.
We've got to fight with Physical Education, which it does not.
No, so it's somewhere in the middle there. I like this more as a full episode than Introduction to Statistics, the first Halloween episode. I think that episode has some real highs. I probably like this one overall. It's funnier. It's more in the Community vein.
Yeah, I would agree with that because it also doesn't hit the emotional peak that Intro to Film does.
That's right.
Intro to Film manipulates your body the whole episode. You
have that great dovetail with the Abed storyline. Of course, you have Professor Whitman at the height of his powers. Yeah, so is Beginner Pottery maybe falling to Intro to Film?
Yeah,
I would put it at the new Beginner 6. Pottery?
Yeah.
This one, E19, Beginner Pottery. Whoops. And now we the Science of Illusions.
It's pretty formative for Britta.
It's pretty formative for Britta.
We weighted that episode pretty highly because of its depth for character development, especially for Shirley. Yes. And also that episode fucking rocks.
Yeah, that episode's just fucking stellar.
Science of Illusion isn't that good.
No.
I don't think it's Beginner Pottery good.
I agree with that. Let's talk about the top 10. Is it better or worse than the STD Fair?
It's better than the STD Fair.
I think overall. I think it holds together as an episode.
Annie and Shirley is the good cop, bad cop.
That's classic.
Well, Britta's framing people. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
We love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's talk about it. Another big Britta episode, Romantic Expressionism. That's the Kick Puncher episode. That's her and Jeff manipulating Troy and Annie. I maybe don't like this one as much as that one.
Which one's this and which one's that?
I'm sorry. I maybe don't like Science of Illusion as much as I like Romantic Expressionism. But maybe more than the Pilot.
No, I think you're right, because Romantic Expressionism also has No, you're right. That works. That works.
All right. Our new number 9, S1E20, The Science of Illusion.
Excellent.
Okay. And that concludes our rankings for this week. So, Caleb, what have you been up to? Where can the people find you if they want you?
Oh my goodness, man. So I nailed down a stream schedule. So I stream, if you want to watch me play video games, that's the biggest thing that I've done this week, so I'm going to talk about it.
That counts.
I'm streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 5, and Thursdays from 7 to 2 a.m. The 11 to 5 is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm not that crazy. So yeah, you can go to twitch.tv/nerdybitstv, and we'll be playing games. It's going to be fun. I played Hitman yesterday. I'm going to play some probably Minecraft Dungeons tomorrow because that game's dope.
Hell yeah.
Probably some Red Dead in the future with my mom and grandma because my family fucking slaps. Yeah, I'm the video game one. So nerdybits.com to read, watch, listen to the stuff that we do there.
I'm the video game boy.
I'm the video boy game. Wait.
Hold on just a second.
I've made a mistake. Surely it's just a clerical error.
You make me very angry. No joke, boy. Dude. They're announcing new Looney Tunes shorts for HBO Max, and I think that's what's finally going to tip me over into paying for HBO Max. I think new Looney Tunes shorts is the, all right, I'll pay HBO. All right. Okay, you got me.
How much more is it than HBO Now?
Well, I don't have HBO Now, so I couldn't tell you.
So
when will HBO Now be HBO then? Will HBO Now ever be HBO then?
When HBO Max is HBO Now, then HBO Now will be HBO then because HBO Next. Oops, Next. That's the HBO Max is HBO Next.
HBO Max is HBO Next. When will HBO Soon, I think, is when we're getting... All right, I quit. I bail. The bit became too complicated. I can't. I'm sweating. It's hot in this fucking room. I can't fucking deal with these kinds of jokes.
If HBO Max is HBO Next, then HBO Now will be HBO then.
Whoa. You just wrinkled my brain. Excellent.
Feast your ear holes on these tongue popsicles or whatever the fuck it is.
Feast your ear holes on these memory pops. These
memory pops
disappoint me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, you're the worst. Also, one forgotten bit from physical education that makes me laugh a lot is when they drop the bag of bagels and Abed just says 13. Excellent joke. Great job, writers of Community. So, if you want to follow the show, that's at Greendale3. And if you want to support us, you want people to get out there and find us, an excellent way to do that is those old ratings, those old reviews that every show tells you to do, but they really do mean a lot. If you're listening to this in Apple Podcasts, just hit that 5-star right now, and you won't have to do another thing. I won't ask you to do anything for the rest of your life. I was just on a video call interview with community writer Megan Gans and a bunch of the other community podcasters, and that was lovely. You can find that on YouTube, on the Communities on YouTube page. Just type in Megan and the Podcasters. That's what the video is called. I didn't name it. And you will find some excellent stuff there. And I was thrilled because obviously Megan Gans is a personal hero of mine. So it was lovely to get to talk to her. She was nothing but kind and warm. We love her.
Yes, it's awesome.
Yeah. Personal stuff. At TV's Kevin Lanigan on all the stuff. My week daily comic, Patty Plague Doc, is still coming out week daily on Instagram, Patty Plague Doc, and up on my Twitter. And also, by the time you're hearing this, there is a new episode of the Puffin Publishing Podcast, the improv and sketch comedy pod that I put out all the time, and you can listen to that wherever you're listening to this. And until next week, where we're talking about a big one. One of the early big ones for Community. We are talking chicken fingers, and we are also talking one of the worst episodes of season 1, but mostly chicken fingers. And stay tuned for our interview with Erin Harland. This is a fun interview that I recorded just before I recorded this, which might explain why I'm delirious. But she is going through Community for the first time, and it's really nice to get some fresh eyeballs on the show and hear a beginner's perspective. So stay tuned for that after the music, and we will be back next week with those tasty, tasty chicken fingies. But until then, pop Pop.
Pop, pop.
Give me some more time in a dream. Give me the hope to run out of steam. Somebody say it could be here. It could be rolled up, tied up, dead in a year. I can't count the reasons I should stay. One by one, they all just fade away.
I had never heard the word Zoom until quarantine. And then it fucking comes out of nowhere and starts beating Skype up in the middle of the street. Just like pulled its pants down in front of the whole school. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I think I hadn't heard of Zoom too. I kept seeing people say we could do a Zoom thing. And I think what it was something that like big companies used for meetings and things. And then I'm sure somebody once when this was all happening, like, hey, the office I work at uses this thing called Zoom. We should use that. And now it's just for everybody. I am definitely Friday. A friend was giving me a tarot reading at 5:30. Then at 6, I had to do a pilot reading. Then at 7, I was doing a virtual album listening party, which I set up. So that was me. But then afterwards, I had to then finish the tarot reading because we didn't get to finish before. So then my friend texted me asking me about the thoughts on the album because she listened too. And I was like, I gotta get back to you because I've been on a screen for like 5 hours now. And I can't. I need to
I want to do anything else. Anything that doesn't involve sitting in front of my computer staring at a screen. Anything.
And we're very fortunate because as we were just talking about that, you know, we're lucky that we get to work from home, but we're on computers all day.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I'm on my computer all day for work. Then I have generally at least 3 podcast recordings a week minimum. And then I also edit my shows. So I have to sit in front of the computer for longer doing that. So I don't do like anything on my computer outside of those things. Like when I'm not doing those, the laptop is closed and like maybe the TV is on. I love books. Books are cool. No screen on that book.
No screen on that book unless it's a Kindle.
But I ain't got that. So so we dodged that bullet very narrowly.
Yes. And even TV, I think I don't have a TV, but I feel like that would feel a little bit different. Luckily,
it is.
But because
it's much
just
further
nice
away.
Separation, yeah, and
absolutely,
like laptop closed. Just I don't know, strange things that give you that little separation you need.
Yeah, that's something I miss about phones. I miss the finality of taking your Motorola Razr and you shut it. And then the phone is done. Yeah. It's too easy, and maybe that's part of the design, but it's too easy to pick up my iPhone and just start fucking around. Just start fooling away on an iPhone. Sometimes
I go on my phone to be like, what's the weather look like today? And immediately as that like Face ID registers, I am on Instagram doing stuff. 10 minutes goes by. I like get out of Instagram. And then I'm like, wait a second. What? I was supposed to check the weather. And then like I go back on my phone and I might even get distracted again. It's just really weird. I miss, if I could have a flip phone for phone purposes and then my iPhone or my smartphone is just like for business, I would love that. And it feels really good to close your phone it's so satisfying. You go back and you watch a show or a movie set in the mid to early 2000s when those flip phones were all the rage. Oh yeah. And there's something so gratifying about slapping that screen down. Oh, yeah. It feels good. Just great way to end a conversation in general. It could be gingerly or it could be like, you get those numbers to me by today, slam. And then... Exactly. And there was nothing... You know, iPhones are cool in their own way, or, you know, Android, whatever. But there is... They don't read on film as well as... I mean, even like an old school with a receiver and a separate dial. Slam. That just looks like it's so much more dynamic to hold that. The action of hanging it up is so much more gratifying. You're right. iPhones just look so bad on screen. We really don't have that of like we just press a button and it's very quiet, which is an amazing design on their part, but like obviously. Yeah. But yeah.
But you don't have. I know. I don't. Why didn't they consider movies when they were making phones? But
Why?
like the beep boop 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 is so gratifying. Or boy, if you go back to a rotary phone and you get that spinning dial.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good and it reads so well. And smartphones just suck as like a filmic device. And like, you know, we're slowly figuring out how to make texting interesting in media, but it's never going to be as good as a real phone call where the actors are twirling the cord between the handset and the main phone set.
Now they always have the bubbles pop up, like as if it's like in real time. These bubbles just exist next to us, which can look kind of cool. I think the first time I saw it done was like on the Mindy Project, and I was like, that's cool. And now everybody does that pretty much.
Now everyone does it, and that just like adds to your visual effects budget. Like you need to allocate extra money every time you want to have a character text. Whereas if you just get a dummy rotary phone, like that's $25 as opposed to $250.
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate movies nowadays where it feels timeless, where like they are in current times where smartphones do exist, but the storyline itself doesn't involve them, so you get to like kind of forget about that existence for a while. And I think if a movie does that or a show can do that, then it's really well written and smart.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that texting is such an important part of all of our lives now.
It's just a part of us, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, and I don't mind texting. I being able to like just shoot quips at your friends from across the country at a drop of the hat feels good. But I think media is better served if we just kind of ignore it. If we just like have all these conversations that would take place over text just happen in person, I think we would. It's just so much more dynamic.
It's also really weird. I was saying this to someone once about like how even 20 years ago, I guess this wouldn't have been an issue, but now when it comes to like dating and stuff and I don't know, figuring out a person and your chemistry, it's weird that sometimes like someone's like, how's it going with that guy? And I'm like, I don't know, our texting is really boring. There's no good banter. So I try not to let that be a big thing, because I'm like, this shouldn't be what's important. But it's really fun with the text conversation. Yeah, it can be really fun.
Right. It's now it's part of courting, to use an old-fashioned phrase, but it's a part of it now. And if you're a lame texter, you better be really hot and around a lot. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true,
if you're a lame texter, you better have something else really working for you.
Totally.
Or dating's gonna be tough. And I know that, you know, not for everyone the end game of dating is not marriage and cohabitation and children, but if we cite that as the end game, texting becomes increasingly less important as a relationship goes on, because you're going to cohabitate with the person. But in these early stages, it's crucial. And it's crucial,
especially now, because it's kind of the only way I can to kind of like test the waters with anyone. So that's cool. That's a positive. We got there.
Yeah.
We got there.
We're loving it. I'm not trying to be negative.
No,
merely
same.
having a conversation.
No.
And as a filmmaker, this is something that I think about a lot.
Yes, totally. I think that's important.
Absolutely. And this is, of course, the interview portion of Advanced Community Studies. And with me today is a comedian and an actor, and Podcats fans might remember her. This is Erin Harland.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me once again. I'm very excited.
It's always nice to talk to you. And we have not seen each other for some time for various reasons.
Not since, I want to say, the Cats premiere.
Is that true?
I know. If it's true, it's sad.
That is sad.
I think it is true.
Wow.
But
I would only... Maybe a Matt Rain live is like the only other thing I can think of that might have happened. But I don't remember where that fell in the timeline.
Oh, that's possible. Wait, the Cats premiere was...
We saw, that was, of course, Cats in theaters December 20th.
It was December, right? Because that was the day my sister's baby was born.
That's right. Your sister had a Cat's baby.
My niece is a Cat's baby. She's the
Jellicle cat.
That's
yeah. Right.
The
wow.
Jellicle baby.
Yeah, congratulations to your
you.
sister on having a real Cat's baby.
What a night. That night was just all around wonderful.
Yeah, I will never forget the greatest theatrical going experience of
Truly.
my entire life. What a wonderful time that was.
Which is why, if it was the last time I saw you, that was a hell of a last time. So
never see you again. Peace. We got to go out on a good.
Out with a bang.
I like ending it on a good note. I prefer it not to slowly fizzle out. I really like to go out with like a nice moment. So if I never see you again, that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. We could do a lot worse. But anyway, let me give you the introductory question I give to all of the guests on the show. And I actually kind of know the answer to this, but I want to hear you tell it. Can you tell me a little bit about your Community journey? When and how you came to the show? I'm excited to hear.
Why, yes, I can. So, up until about whenever Community was added to Netflix,
April 1st, and that's no
fooling.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much, because time right now is just all blurring together. So yeah, I guess almost 2 months ago, I started watching Community for the very, very first time in my life, which is amazing. And so basically, I remember. Even when I was in college and stuff, a lot of my friends said it was like their favorite show. I said I'd never seen it. They were like, what? And I said, yeah, I just, then after it was finished, if you can believe it, about 5 years ago, there was a time where it was hard to access certain shows.
Absolutely.
Which I know seems weird now that we have like Hulu and Netflix and all these things, but that show, for some reason, I feel like you couldn't really watch it unless you had a very specific account or the season DVDs.
Right. I had the DVDs for a long time because that was it wasn't on Netflix, and Hulu for a long time was not Hulu as we know it now, where it just has like, here's all of the current episodes of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Hulu used to be like, oh, we have the 5 most recent episodes of everything.
That's right. And I mean, so like another thing is I've never ever seen an episode of Broad City, and for the same reason, which is that I've always wanted to watch it, but of all my almost 9 years of living in New York City, I haven't had cable. So I had no way of watching it unless you had like a Comedy Central login and a TV cable provider, and I didn't have that. So bless Netflix for adding Community, and I am on season 4, episode 1 currently.
Wow, very cool. So yeah, in a couple months you've burned through 3 seasons, and they're 3 full length 20 some odd episode seasons. That's not bad.
Yeah, I've been burning through. I mean, I would be much more along in season 4, much further along in season 4, but I took a little break, which I can talk about later. But yeah, got through the first 3 seasons, which was a wild ride. And that's my journey so far.
I love it. Because we've had so many moldy oldies, these old fogies that have been watching the show for years. I like having a new perspective, someone that hasn't been like immersed in the Community Twitter fandom for years. I like having these fresh eyes and ears being aimed at the show. So, and we can talk about your gap in a little bit. I'm curious what you said some of your friends had mentioned the show or talked about liking the show. I'm curious what you knew about Community before you started watching it.
That's a great question. I will say when it first came out, I remember it was on TV. One time I did have the TV on and I saw, it's that show Community. But a lot of the times the shows that were more geared towards like adults, I would only watch if my parents watched it. Mm-hmm. It was like one of those things where like we all sit down to watch TV together because they're home now. So whatever shows they were watching, I was watching, and Community was not one of them. So I
parents
remember
don't like Community. I find that
I could totally understand that. Like, I'm thinking about it, and I don't think my parents would really get into it. I wish I could say they would, but it took my mom a lot of time to even warm up to The Office. She just didn't really. Yeah. So
and The Office only has one timeline. It never does crazy genre episodes. So I get it. I understand.
Yeah, like The Office is zany, but it's not quite as like otherworldly as Community.
There are no episodes of The Office that take place entirely in two characters' imagination as they explore a dreamatorium. So I understand why people might be resistant.
Community is very like referential, which is I like that. Like I like when shows make references to pop culture and things like that. But yeah, so I one time had the TV on and I saw a scene of Troy and Jeff walking through a football field, and that's all I remembered. That was it. And for some reason, I don't know if I watched the rest of the episode, but that was all I could remember. So then it was really fun when I was watching season 1 and I got to that episode where Jeff is trying to get Troy to be on the football team again, and Annie's trying to stop him. And I was like, that's the one thing I knew about Community. That's the one like piece of imagery I have. Another thing is also, you know, I knew Gillian Jacobs was on Community, and I watched Love before I watched Community, which is funny because most people know her from Community. And I remember knowing she was blonde, and Allison Brie. I almost said Brie Larson. Allison Brie.
Brie Larson also on Community, so you have that to look forward to.
Oh my gosh, I'm not there yet. I haven't gotten to that yet.
No.
Oh my.
There's more Brie.
Well,
There's some Brie coming.
Allison Brie Larson.
Yeah, the greatest actor of our time, Allison Brie Larson.
Yeah, so I don't know. I knew Gillian Jacobs was blonde, and for some reason, I guess I thought like Love was like a totally different character. I thought Britta was for some reason going to be sort of like a dumb blonde character, which is sad that that's what I thought. And I thought Annie was going to be like the smart brunette. And so it was a really cool surprise to see. They're both very intelligent and smart and beautiful, but yeah, like Britta is very like Lisa Simpson in terms of politics and morals and stuff. For sure. And Annie is, as you said, has big backpack energy of like she's just. That's what Kevin Lanigan said I have, like Annie, big backpack energy.
Big backpack energy.
Just amazing. That's amazing.
You're welcome. It's I had forgotten that those words came out of my head one day.
Before, and I was like, that I get it. I understand exactly what he means.
It's a very specific kind of energy, and it is in no way a derision. It is merely descriptive, and I think you should be proud of your big backpack energy.
I think it's like, you know what is funny, because anybody could wear a backpack, but there are certain people who, I know people can't see me right now, but like they hold their backpack like this. They're always ready to go. That so I'm doing sort of like a hold on to your jetpack.
Yeah, hand on each strap, like you're on a happy little roller coaster, and you are off, and you have a spring in your step.
Yeah, like you're holding your suspenders up, and it's just a zippity-doo-dah day. So that is what I see as big backpack energy, and I do think that was kind of me. But mainly because that was comfortable. But also that's probably cool people aren't comfortable.
Cool people are never comfortable because they're wearing tight pants or whatever.
Right, but they don't care. They act like they're comfortable, which is what makes them cool.
Yeah, well, that's why I'll never be cool. I'm wearing a slightly overlarge Little Prince t-shirt and some basketball shorts, which is essentially what I've been wearing for the last 3 months.
Oh, totally, absolutely. I actually put on like real clothes today just because I went on a walk with a friend distantly. But most of the time I wear an oversized shirt and like bike shorts, and that's it.
It's, a cozy quarantine, I think, is a quarantine done right. Who are you trying to impress?
Nobody. I haven't worn makeup in forever. And sometimes I'm like, wow, my face looks real crusty, but who cares? Nobody's seeing it.
Just you. You just have to do it for yourself. So let's circle back around. You mentioned taking a break, and the way you couched it sounded like there was a mystery here, or there was something to be unpacked. And I'm just curious.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure you've either talked about this before and or will talk about this a lot in the future. But when I found out Community was on Netflix, I tweeted an announcement to my very mediocre amount of followers.
The legions of Harlan fans.
Not very many, but I tweeted that that I've never seen Community before, and I'm gonna watch it. And that got a lot of responses.
I spent a lot. I resisted very
most
strongly,
of the people,
like
you responded,
coming at you.
I think you did that.
But it was very restrained. It could have been much worse than it was.
You were supportive. You were very supportive.
Yes.
But there were some people who are like, oh my God, you're gonna love it. Some people to skip the 4th season entirely, and I was like, whoa, what? So
that is exactly what I didn't want to do to you, which was start throwing, because I have so many lovely friends who are always trying to get me to watch like their favorite anime. And they always throw too much information at me before I've even seen the show, and it just overwhelms me, and then I don't watch One Piece or whatever. And I didn't want to do that to you.
Well, thank you very much. You are a pure Community appreciator. I could have said that better, but guys have been staring at screens all day. So yes. So, unfortunately, I'm on season 4. I enjoyed the first 3 seasons, which we can talk about, but I'll briefly say that I am aware that there is a difference in season 4, which is that, like, should I say it? Can I say the difference?
Yeah. It's not a secret.
It's not a big secret, right? Yeah, which is why I was like, I probably would have sort of geeked out a bit, where I would have started doing research and then found out this information on my own. But Dan Harmon is not the showrunner in season 4.
Yeah, he was fired from the show. Like, the Sony Pictures Television fires him. He's away for that entire season. Right. And then he is, in a stunning turn of events, like, miraculously rehired for season 5.
Right? Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm trying to tell, but I started watching season 4, episode 1, and I immediately just felt and noticed a difference. Just like there's something tonally that was slightly off, and I kept asking myself, is it because of that, or would I have never noticed had I not known? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That is the question.
And I'll never know. I'll never know, because it was told to me that there was a difference.
Right. I want to at some point run a blind case study on someone.
Yes.
And they need to be like just media literate enough to be able to like pay attention to writing, but not media literate enough to know the backstory of the television show Community. And I want to run a test and see if they notice a difference. I want to pull that off somehow. So if anyone out there has any ideas or test subjects, I would love to run that by someone, because I'm genuinely curious.
If you know a Community virgin who has not heard anything about the show, and you can convince them not to look up anything about the show, and then do this, have them watch all the seasons, and then ask if they notice any differences at any point, please let us know. That would be really cool. Me too. And I wish that would have been me. I mean, part of me is kind of like, I just notice that it's shot a bit differently, just slightly. I noticed that I feel like they're
cheaper,
playing...
the lighting is much flatter.
Yes. Yeah. And even though in the first episode of season 4, they do this thing where they keep zooming into Abed's mind in a very That's So Raven seeing the future like way. It's very like
a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Yeah, it's a combination of Jimmy Neutron brain blast That's a Raven future gaze. And it goes in and they're doing like, he's seeing everything as a sitcom, like a very Chuck Lorre type sitcom. And that, of course, looks different, but it's supposed to a little bit. But they just, even in that one episode, I was like, I feel like whoever is in charge right now is just trying to go off of the tropes that they know about like, it felt tropey. It didn't feel that episode almost felt like a parody of their characters, which I've already seen episodes previously do much better. But it wasn't a parody. It was like, this is episode 1 of season 4. And so I don't know. So that kind of, I started to watch it. I remember when I finished season 3, I started to watch episode 1 of season 4. And after like 10 minutes in, I was like, I think I gotta take, because I also really pummeled through. And unfortunately, as much as I love Community, I really, really do from what I've watched so far, there are like, 24 episodes a season, just like regular TV. And so sometimes it did sort of feel like a chore that I had to get through.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I understand that, because most shows have like 13 episodes, like max, per season nowadays, and
Totally.
Community is that old school broadcast show where they had 25, 24, 23 episodes per season, and that even on a half-hour sitcom is a kind of a daunting task. That's a lot of TV. I will say season 4, in this man's humble opinion, is not as bad as its reputation. It is not up to the quality of what you have seen. I have also seen way worse television shows than season 4 of Community. And every season from here on out is only 13 episodes. So
Really?
Yeah, so 4, 5, and
season
6
4 only has... Oh!
are all 13 episodes. So even if you don't like season 4 of Community, it's over in like 2 hours. It's
okay.
Not a long engagement.
Interesting. Okay, that does motivate me a little bit more, because I do want to watch it, but I just, that helps. That helps me, I think, get over this like hump that I have in my mind because of what I know. So thank you.
You're welcome. I want to encourage you to finish, because I think there are a lot of great episodes in season 5 and season 6, and I don't really want to tell you anything else about them at this point.
Definitely want to get to those. I definitely want to get to those. I'm not quitting. I promise. I just I just needed to figure out a way to see season 4 differently than I already do. So that's helpful. Like, I'm not gonna treat it like it's bad. I'm gonna treat it like it's just different. Different doesn't mean bad. Right. You know?
But when
you're comparing it to what you already know, it can seem that way.
Exactly. And I think after how crazy season 3 got, I don't know if Dan Harmon, the original creator, had been around for season 4, I don't know if he could have made a really good season 4 after convergent timelines and all of the choices they make in that season, you know? That's
true. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes seasons are they just don't hit as well. But, you know, it's kind of like it reminds me of Gilmore Girls in a way, of that, like, what I wonder is, in the last season of Gilmore Girls, Amy Sherman Palladino and her husband, I think his name is Dan Sherman Palladino, they weren't on it. And so Gilmore Girls like ended in a way that we just don't know. We didn't know if that was the way it was intended to end. And so what I wonder is, like, what is season 4? Did season 4 have the ideas Dan Harmon had, or did they have to like write the storylines and then that took it into a new timeline, if you will? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And there's all that, you know, even though the main showrunner wasn't there, a lot of the same writers from season 2 and season 3 are still on for season 4.
That's true. So they know the characters.
Yeah, so they know the characters. It's different. Do not get me wrong. Do not hear me differently. But I've seen way worse TV than season 4 of Community. But I don't really want to say anything else about
Yeah.
those
I don't-
parts of the show you haven't seen, because I don't want to color your experience any differently.
Thank you. I've been really trying not to do too much Googling or anything like that, just so I can be like fully surprised. But I mean, the first 3 seasons, if that were all I saw of the show, would be, was blown away. And I really wonder how it would have colored my, like, life had I seen it when it came out, and my taste. But I think I like it because other things have colored my taste, so that's why I enjoy it. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So I am curious. At this point, you've seen the first 3 seasons and a little kiss of the 4th.
Little kiss.
A little kiss.
little-
Who are your who are your fave characters? Do you have favorite, you watched them all like kind of right in a row, but favorite episodes, favorite characters? What are the Erin Harland tastes?
It's really hard, actually, I think, to pick. I want to say Britta is my favorite,
Yes.
but I do think I really do think so. I think everybody has done really, really well in terms of characters. I love that. Gosh, I'm forgetting her name right now. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm still new. Shirley. I love that Shirley has flaws as well, as sweet as she can be. But she has some pretty blatant blocks in terms of her perspective. But yeah, Britta, I think just I love how nutty she's gotten over the seasons. And how she wasn't just like the pretty confident political girl. She's like turned into just, I don't know. I can't wait to see where it goes, because I really think as time has gone on, they really, really got away from the whole like Jeff and Britta thing as a whole. And that's kind of amazing to me. I don't know if that eventually comes back, and that'll be exciting if they like for some reason bring back that storyline. But I think I don't know. Also, I don't know, it's really hard to choose favorites, actually. Do you have a favorite? Is it Britta?
Yes, Britta is my number 1 fave. I have another big time fave that you haven't even met yet. But
Is it Brie Larson?
No, unfortunately, she's only around for like 2 episodes, but she does come in season 4. They intro Brie Larson in season 4 if you need further incentive to continue on your journey.
Yeah. Okay.
I love Troy. I love Abed. I love Annie. I love everybody. But Britta is my number 1.
Chase is Britta's your number 1.
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing to think that, because I have read about Chevy Chase and all that jazz. It's amazing to me to think that he didn't really think the show was very funny, because he's so funny in it.
Right.
Like,
Chevy Chase can still deliver a fucking joke.
Yeah. It's incredible. Would he do stuff and then go, "I'm not being funny," and everybody was going, "Yes, you are." Like because I would imagine that it's hard to, if I thought a script was not funny, and then I did, and I was like, okay, I guess I got to deliver these lines, and I do it, and then everybody's laughing, and I didn't understand why. I think that would be amazing. So it just goes to show like how talented he is, even though he's kind of I think a crotchety old man, and was also a crotchety young man, I think, from what I've heard.
Legendarily so.
Legendarily
People sign on to direct Chevy Chase movies, and after a week, they're like, "I cannot do this. I cannot work under these Chevy-based circumstances." He has always been. There's this SNL story, and you can weigh its validity. It's just legend at this point. But Chevy Chase came back because he's only on season 1 of SNL,
right?
And then he leaves.
Which I didn't know. I didn't know he was only on 1 season. He made such an impact that I thought, that's amazing.
He's only on 1 season, and then he is replaced by Bill Murray. So if you're going to replace Chevy Chase, Bill Murray's not a bad way to go. And
happy accident.
And then he came back to host while Murray was still on the cast, and there's this story that, like, when Chevy comes out to do his host monologue, it looks like he's stumbling out. It looks like he's kind of being thrown out. And the story goes that Bill Murray essentially punched him on stage. Like, could not work with this man to the point where he beat him on stage. Now, Bill Murray is, again, his own fucking can of worms as far as working with him is concerned. But that is the story. So Chevy's kind of always been Chevy, if that makes sense.
Chevy's always been Chevy. He'll always be Chevy. He's got a large stake in Los Angeles property, which I only found out because when I was in LA in the fall, a friend let me borrow her car because I was going to go see a friend. And then that friend has a baby, and the baby had to be put down for a nap. And so I didn't get to see that friend. So I was like, I'm just going to go for a drive. And then I ended up on a beautiful windy road with lovely, lovely homes. And I was like, what road is this? And it was Chevy Chase Drive. And
Wow.
I kept seeing Chevy Chase, like, church, Chevy Chase schools, street names and stuff. And yeah, he's got a very large stake, which is just incrable to me.
Yeah, I did not know he was
He'll
a
be around
land
forever.
baron.
Yeah.
His name will live on.
Yeah, I mean, for a second, when I saw it, I was like, oh, is that a stage name that he based off of these street names or something? But
Right.
no, those street names were because of him.
There is also, of course, the idyllic small town of Chevy Chase, Maryland, which I do not believe he is affiliated with. But Chevy Chase, Maryland, you can visit it if you're looking for a day trip.
But he's not affiliated with it?
I don't think so. It's like a translation of like a Welsh song, and it like the Battle of. All right, let me just go to the Chevy Chase, Maryland
I got it.
Wikipedia page.
That name, it's just such a good name, and it's so specific.
It's an exceptional name.
So I want to know. Yeah, I need to know the etymology of Chevy Chase.
Yeah, it's named after a British ballad derived from Chevy, Cheivy, and then Chase, Chace. It is a rough, like, reconfiguring of that name of that section of land in England, and it just happens to be the name of a very famous comedian as well. It's this crazy little burg.
And that's his given name?
I'm not actually sure if
You know what? I don't. You know, why didn't I do this research before? I've done so much other research about him, and yet
Cornelius Crane Chase.
Stop. His real name is Cornelius.
Cornelius Crane Chase
Cornelius Crane Chase
is his given name by God. Well, so there you go. We both learned a little something today.
No wonder he changed it to Chevy.
Chevy Chase. That's a fucking name.
I mean, Cornelius Chase is definitely like a Jane Austen character name, and it's also very cool. But in the 70s, I guess probably not. Chevy
I say Mr. Chase is pursuing our own Abigail.
Mr. Chase is courting Abigail at tonight's ball.
At the soiree, they say Cornelius Chase is going to dance with one Abigail Marsh.
Cornelius! He's the eye of every
He's the most eligible bachelor in Chevy Chase, Maryland. Which is, of course, where this book takes place.
That's where the book takes place, yeah. Great. So we've written a Jane Austen novel now based off of Chevy Chase.
I love it.
That sounds great. But yeah, I mean, so it's hard. I think as an ensemble, they all do so well together. And then even the supporting characters, like Ken Jeong. Wait, am I? Yeah, that's
Ken Jeong as Benjamin Franklin Chang. Yeah.
Yes. He's crazy funny. And then like the dean, I don't know. It's just It's great. And it was so self-aware, even when they started to see themselves like reusing lines or entrances and the way that other sitcoms do. I feel like somebody like, I don't know, maybe Ken Harmon was like, I got to call this out because this is like not what I don't know. Either he intended to comment on it or it started happening and he was like, we have to be like very meta about this because this isn't the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it. Okay, great. Let us segue now. This is the time where you can tell the people what you're up to and where they can find you if they want to hear more.
Incredible. Hello, people. So on Instagram, I'm at _funapologetic_. On Twitter, I'm Erin Harland. And I think that's it. Are those all the social medias? I think so, basically. Those are the important ones. I think so. Right now, I'm actually, I normally do improv and acting and other projects like that. But since I've been inside, I've been working on music, actually. So that will be released somewhat soon. And I'm very excited about it. That's kind of my big secret. So I haven't even told some friends that I'm working on music. So there you go, podcast world. That's about it.
I think so. And y'all better jump on those socials because this, we got a hot album drop coming. It's an exciting time to get into the world of Erin Harland.
Thanks. Oh man. And Kevin, what are you up to? Anything other than this podcast? I want to know. We're catching up.
Sure. I am doing a week daily comic called Patty Plague Doc about a little cartoon plague doctor.
Oh my god.
You can find that on my own Twitter or on its own Instagram page, Patty Plague Doc. You can obviously continue to check out this show, listen to the Puffin Publishing podcast, my improv comedy show, occasionally listen to a tabletop RPG show that I do, and I am also working on a series of short stories called The Cola Wars about a bloody military conflict between Coke and Pepsi, and eventually I will write enough of those that they can be a book.
Dang, that's hot. Look at all those plugs. Everybody get on it, stay tuned, all that.
Thank you. And thank you for
watch the show, all that.
Yeah, go back, watch the show, all that. I think they just rebooted it. Watch that too.
Yeah.
I have no idea where you can find all that to stream, but I say go for it. If the desire is strong enough, I'm sure you can do it. Thank you for joining me. It was lovely catching up with you. Would you want to come back on when you have finished the show and talk about the completion of your journey? No rush.
I very much would like to, also because I feel like there's more I could say, and today my brain is a bit fried. Again, you guys, the screens. But yeah, I think I would love to digest it as a whole and then come back at you. If you'll have me.
Of course.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.
That was quite a show.